This is Sandra along with Tina Man, and welcome back to Lee Street Beat. We're so glad to be back with you. We've been on hiatus for a few weeks. So, I myself, I've stayed busy, but Tina Man, just kind of tell the audience what's been going on with you a little bit and how you and your wife have been making moves in this world right here.
Well, we officially moved to our home here in the South. We sold the one up in Chicago. It was very trying times. I just want to say that I have newfound inspiration, and when they say put your faith in the Lord, that's what you put it in. Never put your faith in man, because man will disappoint you. It was a very difficult sale for one reason or another. Really nothing on my part, but on the buyer's part, on the bank that financed the buyer. And we were finally able to close this deal. And I'm grateful that I was able to do it. The buyer, I'm quite sure she was grateful to get our home. It'll be a lovely home for her. She can raise her family. She'll be happy. We were happy there. And we've been there for more than 30 years. So, and I raised my family there. Of course, Sandra, you've been there. You actually lived with us a short period of time. So, while it wasn't a happy time for you, but you were happy to be there. So, all thanks and praise be to the Lord. And I'm happy that I put my faith in God, and he pulled us through, because the house was off the market for about 6 weeks. At one point, we were like, we had no closing date. We have nowhere to stay. And then that's very difficult. It's like being homeless. So I'm thankful. It gave me a new appreciation to be more helpful, more considerate, and more empathy for others that are in worse conditions than I was.
There you go. Well, you know what? I know you learned a lot of lessons. Hey, I learned some lessons through you. So, thanks for sharing. And so we got a little bit to unpack. There's been a lot going on since we've been off the air. Needless to say, we've got a rapper named ASAP Rocky, who's been in jail now for, I think, almost a month in Sweden. And you got a lot of hip hop artists, mainly Kim and Kanye, trying to talk to President Trump about trying to get his release. And Sweden, said that they're really not listening to Donald Trump, that they don't make any special, accommodations for people. But there is a white rapper who was busted with some weed, and he was in and out in 24 hours. And he even went on Twitter to say that, he recognized his white privilege, and he said that, he felt for ASAP Rocky. And also there's controversy about ASAP Rocky because about, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, he did an interview with Charlamagne the God. And he's, they asked him about, Black Lives Matter. And he kind of like went off and said, what about Black Lives Matter? I don't have anything to do with Black Lives Matter. I live in Soho. So, he felt that he was above and beyond, everything, because he's been successful with, a couple of rap songs. And a lot of the woke Black communities going, well, so, okay, so now let's see if 45 can get you out. You don't need Black people no more. You're above it. So there's a lot of controversy going on. So kind of weigh in on that, T. How you feeling about that?
Oh, you know what? Listen, when you go to a different country, you're under different laws. I'm just going to say Sweden was, I would say, an ally of the United States, but Donald Trump has pissed off everybody. They don't have no respect for Trump. And then the fact that Trump stepped in talking about, I'm going to release ASAP Rocky, because we know that he doesn't have command of the English language and how to ask with humility. So, yeah, they're going to say, yeah, we ain't going to treat him no different than any other criminal in here. So
and he tweeted it. He tweeted it.
Right. So, they're going to treat ASAP Rocky like he's one of them African immigrants that came over there. And we know how they can treat them. So that's the thing. They don't care he come from America. When you go to a foreign country, behave yourself. You can't do over there what you do here. The laws are different. I mean, it's bad enough in America going to some of these racist counties and trying to get justice, let alone in another country to get justice. They're not looking at you so much that you are black and a black person. They're looking at you the big fact that you are an American, and they already got this bias about Americans to begin with.
Because they think that they're arrogant and they think they can get everything.
They think they're arrogant, and then when you have Trump go out there and perform his arrogance and talking about go back where you came from, well, they're gonna say, well, A$AP Rocky, you're gonna go back where you came from, but you may save time before you get there.
Yeah. There was some kind of a scuffle, some kind of a fight, and apparently they have video of it, and they have a video of A$AP Rocky and his crew saying, look, we don't want to get in anything, blah, blah, blah. But, some stuff went down, and there hasn't been a lot of information that's been brought out, enough information anyway, regarding the actual situation and what really happened. There's a lot of controversy that's going to be, to follow regarding the situation, I guess, until A$AP Rocky gets back. And there's a lot of people who are saying that, the unkind comments that he made, regarding, Black people's struggles, with trying to have, the law, to act right and be on your side, that he's young and that we need to, not hold him to that we need to go and help him. There's some people over there saying, well, you can just sit over there because he's been complaining about the conditions of prison. But, bruh, it's prison. What do you think is Soho? It's not. It's prison, and I don't know if he's been to prison here in the United States and he's comparing one to another, but yeah, hopefully they get it resolved. And you know what, if Donald Trump is instrumental in him getting help coming here back to the United States, he's never going to live that down, and he's going to campaign on the fact that he helped get this young man back here from the United States. And also, it was said that Ivanka Trump weighed in on the situation and wanted to see if he could help do something about it. But I'm going to hate listening to Donald Trump on the stump talking to his all-white audience about A$AP Rocky, who don't even know A$AP Rocky, about what he did for a hip-hop artist to try to make himself, cool, possibly even in somebody's eyes legit, that he's not a racist because he helped free A$AP Rocky. So anyway, we're both from Chicago, and of course I haven't lived in Chicago for a long time, but I certainly follow Chicago news and was aware of the horrible death of Laquan McDonald, and now 4 police officers have been fired as a result of the tape. And
it should be more than just the 4 that got fired, because it looked like it was a whole cover up from everybody that was out there.
You'd have to start from the top and go all the way down.
Yeah, so
and they're not willing to do that.
Yeah, so there were some out there, and they know they were out there, but I mean, Van Dyke was the only one that shot. His partner covered for him. The other people who were out there covered for him. But there are other cops that lied too. They should have been. I don't know what kind of disciplinary action they got, but I just felt it should have been a little bit harsher, because all these cops cover up and falsify and fabricate evidence.
They always blame the victim.
Didn't lie, and that's the problem. The video didn't lie. So there's some justice, but it's not enough justice. And the same thing with Eric Gardner, when they talking about it was a federal investigation, and right then and there, I knew that Bill Barr wasn't going to do it because he doesn't feel Black lives has any value.
Yeah, and and it was all set up by Jeff Sessions because the restraints and the oversight that had been implemented by Eric Holder under President Barack Obama, Jeff Sessions wrote all that stuff back. He just,
of course,
So Bill Barr, he just had to say, what, it's just not enough evidence. There's also a thought too, about the situation with Eric Gardner is that the family got paid off, and what? Sometimes it just appears that if they pay the family off, then they feel like they don't have to, bring justice to the person who actually committed the crime. That the reason why your loved one's not here and you received all these, I think they got like $5 million.
They pay the family off. It's either gonna pay now or pay later. And right now they figure if they pay now, it's cheaper than paying later. So I don't have no sympathy because they paid the family off. The fact of the matter is that man is dead because of actions of one cop. He should have been on the force. He should be fired. He should be removed. We're talking about a minor thing, selling cigarettes, like selling.
I'm gonna tell you something. I believe every cop on that scene should be
Of
fired.
course, but they all stick together. You know,
I believe a couple of them should be behind bars.
right.
I mean, when he said that he could not breathe, whatever it is that you was doing, they said it wasn't a
You
choke.
know what? It's all part of their police training because they always feel that anytime you got somebody that commits some kind of criminal act, they always feel that all the criminals are always lying at all the time.
But you got it on videotape, and we still can't get justice. That's what hurts.
You're never going to get justice with somebody who's immoral and unjust. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's never going to happen. And speaking of, you know, we have this illegitimate president in the White House talking about the squad. Is that what they call them? To go back where they came from. I mean, really, you know, and then they're going to say that it's not racist. It's racist. Everybody knows it's racist. When somebody talking about go back where you came from and you a different race or different ethnicity, it's racist. So, you know, there's that. And then, I mean, we have all these investigations, and especially the one out in California, you know, about this college admission. Somebody should do an investigation about Donald Trump, because there's no way that I can think that Donald Trump got admitted to the University of Pennsylvania into the School of Business, and the way that he talks, he can't read, he can't reason, and confer a degree on him without his daddy paying some money.
Oh, well, I don't doubt that his dad, you know, paid some money.
He paid money to get him in. He paid money to get him out. I mean, he's I don't know. And then you have these people, these deplorables, I'm gonna call them what they are, walking around with their MAGA hats, talking about how he's gonna make America great again. He's done nothing to make America great. He has not brought no jobs. I mean, the people in Indiana, Courier, talking about, oh yeah, I'm bringing jobs, I'm gonna help you keep your jobs. 4 months later, the place is closing down. He ain't bringing no jobs. What's he doing?
Yeah, you know, same results with Holly Davidson. I mean, he's been ineffective for the most part. And he's the first president that, you know, in my lifetime that has the nerve to just kind of, you know, call up companies and tell them, hey, y'all don't close that. Don't close.
Yeah, because it's a political thing that he's doing.
We're literally losing money here as a company. Now you're calling us up so that you don't lose face.
Well, he's saying, hey, don't close right now. You know, give it a week or two. You know, just say you're gonna keep it open and then just go ahead and close it, so the press doesn't cover it. You know, listen, he's a flim-flam man. He's a con artist. People in New York knows he's a con artist. He couldn't run for Congress there. He couldn't run for mayor there. He couldn't run for a city councilman there because nobody would elect him. Only people elect him, and truth be told, he really wasn't elected here. I mean, the Russians rigged the machine so he could win. That's the bottom line.
You know, he did not win.
They're talking about, well, you ain't got no proof. And when you bring proof, they say, well, you ain't got no evidence. And when you got evidence, it's back to the flip-flop. You ain't got no proof. You need proof and evidence. And when you have that, then they say, well, we don't believe you. Of course, I will say one thing. People underestimated how cunning and evil he is. Because I said it, the first thing he's going to do is change that judiciary. Because if I'm going to have a court on that judge, a judge on that court is going to be one that I bought and paid for and put in my pocket. Just like a
yeah, that's a lot of Donald Trump. But I got to give Mitch McConnell a lot of credit for that.
Well, Mitch McConnell's getting money from the Russians too.
He is. I mean, you know, the oligarch that they took the sanctions off, which, you know, the House, you know, did not want him to do that. He's, you know, committed to, I don't know, a few $1 billion to Kentucky to build something or whatever. And I'm sure that'll be called the Mitch McConnell, whatever the heck it is. You know what? He's got a challenger. And I'm just hoping that people in Kentucky will get behind the challenger, that they'll lobby for the challenger, and that, you know, they can go on a different path. We need this country to go on a different path. And to be quite frank, we need Kentucky to stand up. Okay, we really do, because
all I can say is
he's just screwing up everything. If we could get Mitch McConnell out, that would just be like a huge blessing.
Yeah, it would be. You know, I'm just gonna say, listen, that's like running the Kentucky Derby, betting on a long shot. I mean, I'll just put it to you like that. It can happen.
he's got a very low approval rating in Kentucky. So
well, that's the best thing going for him. Low rating.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite frank, he has the lowest. He's like the lowest of all the senators. I mean, he's the lowest in his state amongst anybody. So maybe just
and once again, the Russian influence comes back, rigging the machines. That's the problem. So once you stop that, then you have a fair chance.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, I went to Lights of Atlanta last Friday and shot a video for a few people who were there protesting what's going on at the southern border. As you know, things have worsened. There's less transparency. They're still separating parents from their children. There are kids that aren't getting their diapers changed. They're being reported to have been asked to drink out the toilet because the faucet's not working, which the faucet's attached to the toilet. I've never seen anything made like that, but I think we all feel like that's just not even made right.
That's prison. That's prison.
That the toilet is connected to the water fountain. And so, with all that's going on and having Mike Pence go there and really, not even look at able to look at the refugees there. They say that the stench is horrible. They found that these people that are overseeing this horrible project are online talking horribly about the people who they're supposed to oversee and make sure that they're treated like human beings. You name it. It has just been one thing after another, and none of it has been good. All of it is just inhumane.
Yeah. Listen, Mike Pence calls himself a Christian, but we know he doesn't do Christian things. So these evangelicals that he support him and Trump, listen, what they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. There you go. They're on that rail with good intentions. Donald Trump is a minion of Lucifer. He does unchristian-like things. Nobody that calls himself a Christian throws a young child, a 2-year-old, in a cage like a dog, like an animal. Nobody. So, you know what?
You know what? But we have to continue to be outraged. We have to continue to report about it.
You're outraged. You're outraged. And the people we know are outraged. So there are millions of people that are outraged about it. But you know what?
And you know what? Our outrage doesn't seem to move the Trump administration. It's almost like
well, Sandra, because you're fighting forces of evil. When you're fighting against Satan, it's as a mere human and mortal, it's very difficult. I mean, the Lord God himself had a problem with Satan up in there. You know what? He didn't bring, when he had to bring in archangels to get him out. So that's what we need. We need some kind of archangel to get them out. And I don't care who it is, but they gotta go.
They do.
All right.
Well, T, it's been a while since we did a show. Hopefully next time, S. Hacker will be with us.
She communicated with me today. She got something to do this evening. Everybody's schedule's a little messed up and off, and we'll get back in sync. We'll have some more stuff coming on there. Even though we're gone, it's still the same thing. Trump is causing chaos, which that's what evil does, keeps chaos going. He keeps spinning and stuff, but there are some good things coming in the world, and that's good to know too. So just be prayerful, be faithful, put your faith in the Lord, keep moving forward. That's right. Until then, this is T the Man, speaking for S. Hacker and Sandra Tucker. Bye-bye, take care, love one another. Bye.